Morning. Chiefs chat with the guys. Keys to victory for the Chiefs against the Eagles. I want to talk about that for a second. And I think one of the keys is for even the rest of the season. As long as we had Andy Reid and no complaints, he's taken us to the Super Bowl 5 times and we won 3 times. I have absolutely no complaints at all. Even if we don't go back this year, I will not be upset. I'm happy. Of course, I want us to go every year, but we'll be kind of spoiled. So, with that being said, I think as we go along and people know how Patrick Mahomes plays, and it's time to really give the man some help. And what I mean by that is Andy is a throw-first offense. It's really time to take some pressure off Patrick Mahomes. And I'm not saying put the ball in his hands when it really needs to be in his hands, but set him up, prime him up, give him better receivers, for one. Keep working on an offensive line. I'm hoping the offensive line will improve. It looked a lot better than it was in the Super Bowl. So you got to get the offensive line cohesiveness. And if that means take your right tackle and switch him out with a guy we got from San Francisco because he can't has a bunch of flags thrown against him because he can't stay still until the ball snaps, and that's what you got to do. That takes you out of rhythm. You got to run the football. Period. And what I saw in the Chargers game is a lot of stuff that was going to the right was working to the right side. So I will give Taylor credit on that. That's important. If you're running to the outside or whatever, using your speed or using your power on the right side, and it's working, then that's what you do. But you got to find where it's working and keep doing it. To keep Patrick Mahomes from being on his butt. And that will open up your passing game anyways. Please make comments in the box and tell me if you think the running game needs to be added more to it. I know running it up the middle, it doesn't seem to work a lot. So you need to design bootlegs, go out to the right, RPOs. You need to, have the run backs use their speed. Pacheco has speed. And then Kareem Hunt, he has good vision. And the new guy that we drafted, he has speed. I think his name is Bush. I should have looked it up, but he has speed. Run him outside. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but we'll see with this offensive line. But when they start getting it going, they are good rush blockers, and we just need to pound that rock, And as I was talking in my earlier video, we got to quit hurting each other, so receivers can play more than one game together. I don't know what they're going to do. I saw that Xavier Worthy was practicing yesterday, so is he playing or is he getting close to coming back another week or two? But Brown, Holiday Brown, is he going to stay healthy? Is he going to improve and be able to not worry about being hit? At the end there, he was of the Charger game. He was starting to get in a groove. Thornton, he's going to have to get more involved in the game on some jet sweeps, whatever. If you gotta do some jet sweeps, even though people go, "Oh, you do that all the time." If it works, do it. So offensively, it's about protection on the pass rush. It's about getting the ball into playmakers' hands quickly. about running the ball to the outside. See if that works. I mean, stack up your line for that. Eagles have a quick defense, so you might have to run in between the tackles, but you got to get some type of running game established. And then don't hurt each other. That's pretty much it on offense. And you don't have to look. Everybody in the media is like, well, Mahomes is not what he used to be. He doesn't throw downfield. Because he is learning what the offense or the defense is giving him. And he's won Super Bowls like that. Yes, I think they should get the long ball back. But don't go away from moving the chains and getting the first down. That's the most important thing. Moving and having long, successful drives, because to me that's kind of extension of the running game. You wear the defense out, you take time off the clock, and against the Eagles, that's what you're really going to have to do. Because the next thing is our defense. Our defense, they take a while with new players and stuff in Spags defense, but this game they really got to get. They have to get that extra pressure in somehow, some way, and have a spy on Hurts. They're going to score some, so you got to keep the offense got to keep up with them. But we got to have some stops. We have to get some quarterback pressures, get some negative plays on them. And I think if we have issues in the playoffs or the rest of the season, it's going to be because of the defense. I think our offense will eventually get it together. In fact, they didn't look too bad in the second half. But you got to play, a full game. Don't wait till the second half to score, especially against the Eagles. And then, another thing that really irks me is when other non-Chiefs fans say, oh, see what happens when the refs don't help them out. Again, if you truly think that the refs or the NFL has hired these refs to make sure the Chiefs have gone to the Super Bowl, okay, because of certain things, Taylor Swift or whatever. Number one, Taylor Swift was not around when they won their first Super Bowl and when Andy Reid came and they started having success. Number two, where is Kansas City? It's not on a beach. It's in the middle of the United States. I'm not saying it's a bad city because it's got great food, great barbecue. It's got cool stuff there, and I was born and raised there and went to high school there. I miss Kansas City. And a lot of my friends are there. But what I'm saying is it's not Los Angeles, it's not Vegas, it's not New York where, because if you watch the commentators, who do they want to win? Who they want to be the best? It's Josh Allen, it's Lamar Jackson, it's Justin Herbert. And where do those guys play? On the coast, right? Okay, Joe Burrow would be the only one that didn't play on the coast that I can bring up. The bungholes. But those guys play on the coast. So if you're saying that the refs are helping the Chiefs out, I find that different. I think the refs will keep the other teams in the game. I'm not saying that your team never gets bad calls. I think all teams in the NFL get bad calls. I really do. The problem is, if you're saying that they're just doing it for one team, that's when I say, well, then you're watching your team that has agreed to help that other team out. Then your team sucks, and they're just as guilty because they're involved in this monopoly scam. So I don't want to believe that one bit. Do I think in certain games all around the NFL, depending on the betting, do they kind of want to shave points? I don't want to believe in that. Maybe that's possible. I don't know. That's possible, but I don't think it's just for one team. Because if so, then it, like I said, your organization is okaying it. Defensively, we have to put pressure on the quarterback. Offensively, you got to protect Patrick Mahomes. If you give him time, gives our other receivers time, we'll find a way. And you got to catch the ball and quit running into your players. Defensively, you need to be where you're at defensively on the field. Cover the middle of the field. Put pressure on the quarterback. If you put pressure on the quarterback, your cornerbacks will do better. I know that for a fact. You're playing at home. You're not doing this international game stuff, which I'm really starting not to like it because it takes away from the players. I think that yes, the Chargers won. They seem more prepared, but I think that if it would have been played over here, I think we'd have had a better game and better play from both teams. Just my opinion. I may be totally wrong, but I just, that's my opinion. I'm to the point where I lean in toward the more of the side I don't like. I know why they're doing it. They want to get international fan bases and more money into the NFL, which is cool, but then it takes away games from home. I really think they need to go back to 4 preseason games. I don't think they should have done that. They should have 4 preseason games to get the teams more ready. So, keys, again, to winning the game, both offensive, defensive lines need to perform good. Defensively, pass rush, and cornerbacks need to cover the middle of that field. I don't know why it is the middle of the field we get burnt so much. Then our receivers need to adjust. We need to have some type of running game. Don't have to have 200 yards rushing, but like 120 would be good. Not from Patrick Mahomes, not including him. If he's your leading rusher, yes, he needs to use his legs and to help us win games, but we also need to run it back to get up to close to 100 yards. As far as our division, we got to be careful. We could go into. I don't think that's the worst case scenario, but it's not good. It gives these other teams in our division leg up. And after a Super Bowl loss, I'll be just happy to get in the playoffs. I'll be honest with you, because by then our team plays better. At that time, we'll get hot. And as far as a wild card, we have a lot of experience, and I think we'll be the most dangerous wild card in NFL playoffs here. But again, we're only 1 week in, going in 2 weeks. Seems like we have a lot of new players. We have some of the core, but I think, like I said, if we go into, it's not over yet, but they need to, as far as division games start, they need to really win those division games. They need to split with LA, or always the Chargers. They need to split with them. And then I like split. They really need to split with everybody, but I would like to see them sweep Denver and the Raiders. We really need to do that if we want to win the division. We'd have a shot then, really. We split the Chargers and do that. Again, I think we played okay, but we didn't play against the Chargers. We didn't play our best, and we still were one score down only. So you have to look at it that way, that we can play better, and we played them at home. So there you go. Subscribe, like. Eight memberships away, 8 subscribers away from being able to do Q&As and live stuff. Please have your friends subscribe to help us get to that goal. Bill and I had difficulties recording last night. We were going to do a video together, but I just thought I'd go ahead and do a video because we had issues with it last night. So him and I'll do a video later, try to anyway. But I'm going to at least do a video, do more videos, and get us back up to speed. So I think this game coming up against the Eagles will be close. I'll say the Chiefs by 4. I don't know how that would be 4. But it can, by 4 points. I would love to see us win by more, but I don't think we have a lot of continuity on our defense yet. That could change. And as we play more and more games, I know it will. But it's only the second game, and right out of the box we have Philadelphia. And I didn't think they played well against the Cowboys. They played well enough to win, and really that's all that matters. But I know they got some points scored on them. So if we protect Mahomes, we can score on them. My thing is they'll score on our defense if we don't wake up. So score, I want to say 28-24. I think somewhere right around there. We got to keep them below 30 to have a better chance of winning. But we'll see what happens here. What is the game of the week, though, I think, was the Bills and the Ravens. Man, the Ravens, I thought they had that locked up. And, when you fumble it, when you're trying to run out the clock, that unites a comeback, Because really, if they hang on to that ball, I think, even if they hang on to it, run some minutes off the clock, and they punt it, I think that gives them a chance to win. But it is what it is. Your opinions on what the score is going to be in the comments, and tell me why. But I want to close this video and say subscribe, like, and we'll chat with you later. Chiefs chat with the guys. Later.